Hello students, in the last episode we discussed about geometry progression and we worked out many problems. Today we take some more problems of a bit more difficult nature. If you recall, in the arithmetic progression we had defined arithmetic mean, that is AM. Similarly, we can define GM, that is geometric mean, between two numbers. The geometric mean of two numbers A and B, supposing A and B are positive both, is given by root AB. Now, why we insist A and B both positive? Because if one of them is negative, other is positive, this number will be imaginary. So, to avoid imaginary number, we insist upon the fact that A and B must both be positive. Now, we take a problem which involves GM. If AM and GM of two roots of a quadratic equation are 8 and 5 respectively, then obtain the quadratic equation. It is a good question because here we are clubbing the concept of quadratic equation with GP and AP. Now, we have let the two numbers be A and B. So, we have A plus B by 2 is equal to 8, and also we have root AB is equal to 5. This means A plus B is 16 and AB is 25. Now, as usual, we write A minus B whole square is equal to A plus B whole square minus 4AB. This makes 256 minus 100, that is 156. Now, we have problem 1. If AM and GM of the roots of a quadratic equation are given to be 8 and 5 respectively, then obtain the quadratic equation. Suppose A and B are the two roots. We are given that A plus B by 2 is 8 and root AB is 5. So, that we have A plus B is 16 and AB is 25. Thus, we have sum of the roots as well as their product. So, we know any equation when sum and product is given, the equation becomes x square minus sum times x plus product equal to 0. So, we have here x square minus 16x plus 25 is 0. This is the required equation. We take one more problem in which GM is involved. Find the value of n so that a power n plus 1 plus b power n plus 1 upon a n plus b n becomes the GM of A and B. Here we are given that a power n plus 1 plus b power n plus 1 upon a power n plus b power n is equal to root AB. On squaring both sides, we get a 2n plus 2 plus b 2n plus 2 plus 2a n plus 1 b n plus 1 equals a 2n plus b 2n plus 2 a n b n whole times a b. On simplification, we get a raised to power 2n plus 1 times a minus b equals b raised to power 2n plus 1 times a minus b. As a and b are not equal, we can safely cancel a minus b. So, we are left with a power 2n plus 1 equals b power 2n plus 1. Since a and b are not equal, so neither of them can be 0. So, we can divide any of one of them. So, we get a upon b raised to power 2n plus 1 equal to 1. Since a upon b is not 1, so this means 2n plus 1 must be 0. Eventually, n equals minus 1 by 2. So, this is the required answer. That is, for n is minus 1 by 2, the given expression becomes the GM of a and b. As we did in the case of AP, we can also insert number of terms between two numbers in GP form. As in AP, we can also insert number of terms between two numbers to make it GP. For instance, we have a question: insert 4 numbers between 5 and 15,625 so that the resulting sequence is in GP. Suppose they are G1, G2, G3 and G4. The first term is 5 and the last term is 15,625. So, now we have 6 terms in GP. So, we have T6 is equal to a raised to power r 5. So, that 15,625 is 5 times r raised to power 5. This means 3125 is r raised to power 5, but 3125 is 5 raised to power 5. So, we get r is equal to 5. Hence, the numbers will be 5, 25, 125, 625, 3125 and 15,625, whereas required numbers are these middle numbers, namely 25, 125, 625 and 3125. Finally, we take one more question to highlight GM. If AM of two numbers is 3 times that of their GM, show that they are in the ratio 3 plus 2 root 2 is to 3 minus 2 root 2. Let the numbers be A and B. So, as per the given problem, we have A plus B by 2 is 3 times root AB. This gives A plus B whole square is 36 times AB, which gives A square minus 34 AB plus B square is equal to 0, which gives A upon B is equal to 34 plus minus 34 square minus 4 upon 2. So, we have A upon B is equal to 17 plus minus 17 square minus 1, that is 17 plus minus 288, which is equal to 17 plus minus 12 root 2. Now, the answer is not in the given form. So, we bring it to that form. We can observe that 17 root 12 is the square of 3 plus minus 2 root 2. Also, given ratio is 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. We can simplify this as 3 plus 2 root 2 whole square upon 3 minus 2 root 2 times 3 plus 2 root 2, which makes it 3 plus 2 root 2 square. Similarly, if we take 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 3 plus 2 root 2, we get 3 minus 2 root 2 whole square. So, ultimately the value of AB, A upon B, which we get was this, which you require is this, both are equal. Hence, we have completed the question. Today, we have completed the questions involving GP. In the next episode, we shall take up some new kind of series which will partly involve AP and GP. Thanks.